welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum, episode 11. This is actually take 2 because I forgot to hit the live button, the go live button. I don't know what's up with that. Sometimes I do. You know what it was? I think I'm so excited about getting the session going and doing my power hour that I was just like ready to dive in. So welcome everyone. I'm Pat, and I'm joined today by Lori of Books, Ink, and Paper, and Lee of Roots Creations. We are here for another session to get stuff done. Anyone new to our channel, welcome. Introduce yourself in the chat. We've got a community that is very supportive and will help you be accountable for what you want to get accomplished. And for anyone who's watching on the replay, welcome. Let us know what you got up to during the session. We'd love to know. So how are you ladies doing today?
Pretty good. So far, so good. Yeah. I think I'm getting ready to go away for a little bit on a trip. And so I always feel, and I have a granddaughter graduating, so I always feel like a little more, I had all these things I have to get done. So I'm trying to.
How about you, Lee? Are you kind of calm today?
I am actually very calm today, and I'm planning on keeping it that way. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to overschedule myself like we all tend to do when the weekend gets here. So,
yes. Lori and I were talking about that a little bit, is overscheduling. I think that is one of my stumbling blocks as well. It's kind of hard to say no when something fun comes up, and it's like, oh, well, I don't want to miss out on it. That seems like so much fun. But
no.
So it's to the detriment of all your other stuff. It's like, you know, you need to pick and choose.
Yes, well, that's the thing. I do. I have to pick and choose. And I did add a big thing on this week. Funnily enough, that is the day that I got the most steps because I was walking a lot for a doctor's appointment I had in the beginning and then the event that we attended. So I'm like, at least I got steps in that day.
Yeah, that's good.
Is here this morning. Travis, good morning all. I woke up about 30 minutes ago and now randomly getting hit with a huge We have a guest over tonight, so I need to clean and have to go to the store to go get everything you need. Is this your family coming that had to cancel? And morning, Jen. I'm being very lazy right now. Been awake for 2 hours, but haven't really moved except to feed the cats. Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I sometimes use that word lazy, but are you really being lazy, or are you trying to recoup the depletion of energy?
Recharging.
Yes,
recharging. Perfect.
Jen has been going through, she is working a lot. The kids are crazy at school, and she's got a lot going on. So I almost feel like it's a negative, say you're lazy. I mean, sometimes you can truly say you're being lazy, but I don't think Jen's being lazy. And highs. Yes.
I mean, she fed the cat, so
you're not neglecting anything. You're fine.
That's right. She fed the cat.
Yeah, I deal with nausea issues caused by GERD, and it just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, that's the pets. Good morning, Matt. And Lori telling everyone good morning. Good morning, Molly Dot. Happy time zone. There's some kind of echo, but sure if it's me or not. It could be Lori, I think, has the TV's on in the background for you.
Yeah, but it's very low, so I don't know that should be.
Okay, I think that might be maybe what you're hearing.
Okay.
Good morning, Alicia. Just waking up, but happy it is Saturday. Not sure what I will work on this morning. And then, hello, Mindy. Good morning to you. Welcome. And then, good morning, Stina from Western Kansas. And then, hello again to Jen. I'd like that take. Yes. Yeah, I think that's where you have to give yourself some grace, because what ends up happening is when you're using those terms like lazy and all that, then you get down on yourself. And then you feel like you're not being productive or whatever. But when you kind of take an overview of your week and you realize that you've been go, and then you get to this a Saturday where you actually don't have to go anywhere, what do you want to do? You want to just relax for a few minutes, kind of thing. I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but
yeah,
I think it's background noise, Travis. Yeah, we figured it out. No family is tomorrow. This is my husband's D&D friends that I end up having to cook for. Y'all are doing a lot of entertaining, Travis. And good morning, Jellicle. I overslept and just woke up. It's 9 here. My cats have not. And no, Travis, I have gastritis and acid reflux too, so understand. Yeah, I understand about the acid reflux myself. Hi, Heidi. My new thing will be putting my phone away at 7 p.m. I screwed up Luke's meds royally, and I think the phone distracted me, either BookTube or the Mets game.
Oh.
Yeah, it usually takes a little wake-up call like that when it comes to the phone, because I think it's so unconscious about us picking that phone up. Every little beep, every little buzz or whatever, I'm guilty of it. And I have literally lost time because you think you're going to check one little thing. Or have you done this where you intentionally need to Google something because you're trying to figure something out? You see a message, and the next thing you know, you've spent 30 minutes. And then you go back and you're like, oh, I forgot to Google whatever I was supposed to Google.
It was 45 the other day for me. I looked and realized it was 45. I was like ashamed.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I did learn from. I really do need to reread Catherine Price's book because, she shares her story about what made her think about it. And that was the whole point.
Yeah.
She just had a baby and she's sitting here scrolling, looking for things to design her house or decorate her house or whatever, window treatments. Yeah. And here she's got this beautiful little baby. And, you just think to yourself, and it's one thing if like whatever you were doing online, like really made a difference in your day.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But it's just, you get sucked in and it's like, oh, by the time you finish watching all these silly reels of stuff, I mean, I'm guilty. Yes. I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, Laura Vanderkam says this all the time, time tracking, whatever, schedule it.
Yeah.
If you want to watch reels because they're entertaining, or you want to watch content or whatever it is you want to do, schedule it, but don't let it interrupt you because it takes so long for you to get back into that mode. So give yourself some grace, Heidi, with that, because it's very easy. I mean, the iPhone was designed to addict you and to get you into that. Yeah. I hate to say that. And didn't mean to call anyone out, just kept hearing some echoes. My mom's TV can be on like the lowest volume and her phone makes it sound like it's blaring.
It's true. No worries, Travis. I needed to move, so it's good.
Yeah. We love you, Lori. Please.
I know you do. I know you do. I needed to move. I totally didn't. I don't even hear it. I just tune it out. So
I think maybe just like the microphone picks it up so much. You don't even realize it because you're not hearing it. Yeah.
No, well, what's bizarre about that though is my phone mic. When I'm filming, I am amazed at the sounds that don't get picked up, but the ones that do. Like my kitchen, it sounds like my kitchen's right outside the door because I can hear every clang of the pot, everything. But then my son's room is right behind me. And there are sometimes I can hear what's going on in his room, but it doesn't pick up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't get it. Or like, it could be like a lot of outside noise. It depends on what the outside noise is. Yeah. If it's a lawnmower or somebody like speeding by on their ATV, it picks up. Yeah. If it's rain, you can't hear it, even though it sounds like it's like so noisy. I don't know. I don't know how it figures it out.
It is weird.
So Heidi said, I failed at multitasking. Multitasking. They say you can't really do it effectively. I don't know. I've read that. Gastro stuff sucks. Yep, it does. Jacqueline! Woohoo! Yay. Jacqueline! Good morning. Summer break by updating my reading journal planner and prepping for June in all my planners. Jacqueline is a teacher And
Oh,
she finished with
congratulations.
school, and I'm so happy that she
Nice.
joined us today. That sounds amazing. And then, hey, ladies, hoping all doing well.
Hey,
Hello,
Mr.
Mr.
Jane.
Jane. And my husband yesterday realized he doesn't show his appreciation enough for me running the house and cooking for him every night. So he surprised me yesterday with gifts. Love when that happens. I love it.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
This morning, I'm just packing up and getting back on the road, listening to Chain Gang All Stars in the car. Excellent, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and put the banner in for y'all to go ahead and start letting us know what your intentions are as we're saying our highs. It does, Travis. And I'm bad with gastro because even though I'm nauseous, I don't stop thinking about getting up to drink coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was behind the stream. My phone doesn't deal well with me joining the stream before it starts. Yes, Molly, that happens to me all the time. And I'll be sitting there waiting. And I'm like, man, they're really late. And then I'll refresh. And then it's like they've been talking for 5 minutes. And I'm like, what the heck? It's weird that it does that. You would think that if you're waiting, it would automatically start. So,
yeah.
I started a book called Laziness Does Not Exist the other day. So far, it's really good. And then good morning, Jasmine.
Good morning, Jasmine.
How are you, my friend? And I got my CAT scan yesterday, went by super fast. Won't know anything until I go back to my follow-up. Yeah. Unless you can get your test results online. Sometimes you can get your test. Depends on what your portal is.
Yeah.
Definitely need this momentum to get my day going as I have no plans as yet. Awesome. So how did y'all's week go, Lori? The things that you plan to do? You were successful. I know you had a gold star because of a coaching.
A client experience. Yeah. I had good client experiences for the most part this week. And not that they're bad clients, just one of them was sick and it wasn't her day. But yeah, so that work went pretty well. I really, and I had one kind of not great health day, but I did go and get blood work. Also, by the way, don't look at your results and try to interpret what's they're saying because it'll scare the crap out of you.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that again. But nevertheless, yeah, so I got that done. I got a lot of things done and I got a lot of filming ahead because, I need to post it while I'm gone. And well, I don't need to, we talked about that earlier, but I want to. So I did that. And I scanned some books that, I had hauled. And so I still have a whole bunch of books to scan, but I really felt good about that. Like I just felt like I was on top of something. So, yeah, it was a pretty good week. And then we got to see a friend, got my hair cut, although it's weird. She did some weird, I mean, it's still, I thought, well, thanks. I thought day 2 it wouldn't, but yeah, I don't know how she got it to do that, but hopefully it won't do that again. Yeah, thank you. It's just super hot here too. Like, oh my gosh, the heat just hit us, right? Like,
like it slapped you in the face big time.
It did. It really, really did. And if you don't live in the South, you don't have this experience probably. But as soon as it gets warm, then you turn on the water and the faucet, and the water is like almost bath water temp because it's so hot outside. So anyway, but it was a good week.
I can totally identify with that.
Yeah. I'm just noticing the summer is coming, and yeah,
we really don't have spring. That's unfortunate.
We do not. Yeah.
So what about you, Lee? You had a great week too.
Well, our whole spring so far has been rain. So we'll go from cold till it'll be raining every weekend when you want to do something to now it's super hot. So whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I did have a good week. I hit all my intentions. I got in my one walk. I made my doctor's appointment for next week, and I visited with my friend yesterday. So
yay. Lots of gold stars for you. I didn't have a terrible week, but I posted in the Discord my week this week. I was having a hard time focusing. And I think part of it is I'm not having enough time at home. I'm very fractured feeling. And even though I didn't work this week, I was out of the house a lot this week. I started OT, and I think having that in the morning, then I was running errands afterwards. And I don't know, just a lot. I have my doctor's appointment with my hand specialist on Thursday, and then I was invited to go see The Wiz at the Sanger in New Orleans. So I went, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, I love that show.
But like I said, it wasn't on my calendar to do it. Now that was the day I got my 10,266 steps, which was good because unlike you, Lee, who got a good walk in, I guess that would be my walk for the week. But
it counts.
I did not walk like I thought I would, and I just don't know what the issue is. So I'm going to remain hopeful that I can get back on track with it. So I didn't really have like any good like walking in the neighborhood kind of thing, but I am going to accept Thursday. I am, because that was a lot of steps for that day. Time tracking, doing excellent with my time tracking. Of course, I'm not finished yet because I start on Monday when I wake up, and I go all the way until the time on Monday ends, I guess. Whatever it is before I got up on Monday, I have to go to that point or whatever. But I'm doing great with the time tracking. The purpose of time tracking for me this week is to see how much time I'm spending on like social media, like mindless stuff. Now, if it's social media connected to Zombiethon, that's a different category because that's actually for an event that I'm doing. So I also want to kind of see, because, with opening the Zombiethon Discord, I think I had more activity than I've ever had before. So that has taken more time, which is a good thing, but it's something that I'm going to have to like process. That's an extra thing that you're gonna have to do if you're running an event kind of thing. So I think I'm going to time track again next week. I think I might just keep time tracking until I'm like, don't want to do it anymore. I did book my hotel room. Very excited about that. Although I almost had a nervous breakdown because I tried doing it online and it didn't have the good days and it didn't show the discount. And so I booked it and realized that it was wrong. So I kind of freaked out for a second. And then I ended up just calling, and the person helped me. And I got to cancel it right away too. So that was good. I don't know why it was so difficult. Last year I did it online and had no issues. So I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, I'm getting excited about the trip. And then I did remove the books that I physically could remove from my scrapbook room. Nice. And that's a work in progress, because as I'm removing books, I've got to try to figure out where they are in the alphabet. And I'm finding I have a lot more books that are like past L, and then I'll have a straggler that's like an A, and then I have to redo everything. So that's a work in progress. So even though I only got the gold star for the hotel room, and I will get a gold star for the time tracking, I feel like I still had a successful week considering my focus wasn't where it needs to be. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. So what are your intentions for Power Hour, Lori?
That's a good question, because I have 3 possibilities and I can't decide. One of them is to vacuum the major part of the living room, kitchen of our house. I do not really want to do that one. So there's that. The other is I could scan the books that are in my office, and get those on my app. That would probably be some good progress. Or I could work in my book journal, which is a lot for me to set up and do. So I'm probably going to scan some books in the office at least to start, because that's fast and it makes me feel like, oh, I got a lot done. So,
well, it may also, because you're doing something a little more fun first. It may motivate you to go vacuum after. And then if you have time today, you might have time to take everything out to do the book journal later. So
it's true. I probably can. I have this weird, and it's my mother, I'm sure. Everything is our mother's, right? Everything good and bad. I can't leave to go on vacation if my house is dirty. I can't do it.
You sound just like my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was like that. She had to clean everything, and when she would come back, then she would even clean when she would come back.
Well, yeah,
and we'd be like, like no one was here. So it's funny.
Yeah. So that's my plan.
Okay, sounds like a good plan to me. What about you, Lee?
I am going to edit 2 videos and clean up the bedroom a little bit.
Cool.
There you go.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I am going to work on doing another scheduling like I did last week. I loved it. I didn't do it yesterday. I had kind of a busy day yesterday and I did not do it. So I would like to get where I can do it on Friday, but I don't know. It worked out really well last week. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Nice.
Sounds good.
That's my goal. Okay, so Jasmine said, getting prepped for the conference track meet today, light at the end of the tunnel. I love that. And my intentions for Power Hour will be getting some food and working my reading book tube summer plans for June and July. Kiddos only have 9 days left of school. I'm so excited for them, honestly. And my intentions are to eventually get up, clean the kitchen, and go get lunch with the husband and go to Aldi's to grab stuff. Me probably will be taking a nap somewhere in there. Sounds good. And that was my intentions for the day.
I was going to say.
I'm not Superman. Well, I had a feeling that you were probably going to do the get up, clean your kitchen part.
Yes.
And when Power Hour was over, you would do the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then, I normally quit and re-enter the stream, which picks up where they are. This time I tried casting, and when I told it to go back to the phone, it started with a countdown.
That's funny.
I thought I was lucky with my timing, but it was actually a few minutes behind. You're good. Usually in the beginning of our Saturday morning momentum, we're just kind of highs, and what's everybody up to kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking forward to summer with our 90 degrees temperature in Florida. Well, we're not either.
No, we're not.
Because the thing about it too, and you experience it in Florida, Alicia, is you've got the heat and the humidity.
Yeah.
So it just kind of takes your breath away. And like I walked out and you notice it immediately. When I walked out this morning to take Bailey out, like you could already feel it.
Yeah.
Like just the humidity. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to park close to the university center for this graduation I'm going to, and I'm going to be sweating as I walk over there. But I'm like, hopefully their AC is going to be pumping out. Hello, Emma. How are you, my friend? What are you going to be up to today? Let us know. And it's gross here. The humidity is disgusting yesterday. It's supposed to rain today. Not ready for my AC bill. I'm going to have to go work naked because I sweat like a sinner in church. Travis. And hello, coffee and chocolate. I did do great with my intentions, but I did get to the pharmacy in an appointment on the same day.
Good for you. Yes.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm getting a school loan refund for the semester. I'm planning on getting a walking pad for inside because it's too hot to walk outside.
It's a good idea.
Good morning, Hermie. Power time? Yes, Power Hour time. I'm going to give you a gold star for putting up with me in sprints this week. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. He needed to be in
so much fun
this week. Yeah.
It was fun, though.
Hermie. Thank goodness I cleaned the kitchen floor the other day.
I know.
And highs, more highs. My intentions for Power Hour are to update my journal and to set up my planner for next week. That sounds good. Like that. And here in Oklahoma, we get about a week of spring, then rain for a month and humidity, and finally settle in about 3 months of dry heat.
I'm telling you.
My intention is to organize my library. I need to reshelve books and get books boxed that need to be donated because I'm going to bring them in today along with a lot of clothes.
Good for you.
Very good. Thinking about getting started on part 2 of cleaning up the book room, but I feel like I need to look presentable to record it, which means a shower.
That's also the tricky part about BookTube.
Yes. If you could just get on and be whoever.
It's true. Right? It would be fine, yeah.
I'm going to try and fill and run the dishwasher.
Mine's full, so I need to run it. Thank you for reminding me.
I just thought about it. I need to go put my clothes from the washer into the dryer. I'm going to wrap up the finicky bits of an event I'm planning.
Oh,
sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to redo Power Hour on replay. Right now, I'm just going to hang out and have coffee and read. Oversleeping puts everything out of whack. I agree 100%. When I have a morning that I wake up later than I intend to wake up, it throws my whole entire day off. And then I'm Cat the cranky pants.
Yeah.
It makes me so cranky because I'm like, I should have got up, and I can't let it go, which is so dumb.
It's not dumb.
Guys, we will have some fun with the kiddos this summer and add little challenges. So proud of Lorelai. She met her eligibility for gifted. Overall IQ is 141 for her. Exciting. That is very
good.
exciting. Give her a high five from me, Alicia.
Exactly.
And I swear, if I ever make a booktube channel, I'm buying a puppet to talk in my place. No, you're not. You've been live, and people love your charisma. So
and Travis,
don't even go there, Travis.
Yeah, Travis, I have to thank you too for all the Charlotte Fisticuffs creations that you posted after Wednesday night. They're amazing. Thank you.
Oh, did you listen to the song?
Yes. It's incredible.
If you're cranky pants, just go to Sprint Art or the Sprint music station channel.
Yeah, on the Discord. Oh my gosh.
You have to laugh. Or you can actually go look at Timothy Chalamet as he's doing his cling, 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 or his whatever, his yeet skirt, yeet, whatever. I love that. I can watch it all day long. It's
yes.
I'm in Oklahoma too. The drive is right around the corner. And Cat the cranky pants. Yes, I can be a cranky pants. And AI would do that for you, Travis.
That's true.
No, we want Travis. We want the real thing. I would get so much hate if I used AI. Charlotte Fisticuff was fun. She should be our Power Hour mask.
I agree. That's a good one.
Okay, so we are going to start our timer for Power Hour. Let me get our Power Hour banner going. And I hope everyone gets what they are intending to get done. Do as much as you can, or do whatever you can. That's what's important. And woohoo! So let me start our clock. Okay, happy Power Hour, everyone.
See you soon.
Welcome back. Let's see. Let me stop this. Get rid of that. Okay. How did everybody do? That's the question of the day. So how did you do, Lee?
I did good. I cleaned up my kitchen, straightened up the bedroom, edited both videos, and one is processing right now.
You are amazing. You're a gold star. I mean, really, for an hour?
Yeah.
Amazing. That's a lot, I think. Very good. How about you, Lori?
I ran my dishwasher. I chatted with my baby and her baby for a little bit. I found her sticky boobs in her wedding dress, which is why wedding dress thing, because that's why she called me, because she needed sticky boobs for something this week. Which I just, I don't know. I mean, I get it because, bras are weird, but it's just odd. Then I scanned all the books that are in this room, not in my closet yet, but all the books that are in this room into my app.
Wow. Very good.
Okay. And I purged 10 books while I was doing it.
Yay, very good.
Yeah.
Considering you still were able to do something, even though you had something not planned come into the fact. Yeah. So very good for you. I was pretty good too. I had to get the records for my husband because we're taking Bailey to get, he's taking Bailey to go get groomed for the first time. So he needed the records. And I'm like, why did you not ask me last night? Because then it's like panic mode. What did I do with the records? What did I do with the records? Kind of thing. So, but it all worked out, obviously. But I got everything on my little book, and I have some little Post-it notes. But I'm excited. About this. I don't know why, but I'm just excited because I had to make an appointment for my little dog to just go have a wellness check, and they always want you to bring a stool sample in. And I meant to do it yesterday, but because I was busy out and about, and then I got home and I forgot all about it. That's why I need to write notes to myself. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? I have an OT appointment on Monday, and I have SPA 728 on Monday. Hopefully they're there because they work every other Saturday. I'm like, if they are there this Saturday, I am putting that vet appointment on Monday. That way I don't have to go out an extra day kind of thing. If I'm already dressed and I'll be running in and out, that's going to be what I did. They were there. I got it scheduled. So I have 3 appointments on Monday, but I'd rather that than have to take up a morning on another day. And then it kind of like, I don't know, when I have to go out and if it takes longer and all this kind of stuff, by the time I get home, I'm like, I just don't have the motivation. Isn't that sad? But it's true. But anyway, I have nothing on my calendar for Tuesday. Not a thing. So I've decided that is going to be my scrapbook room day. And
good. Yay.
As much as I can get done. And I even put the little Post-it there so that hopefully nothing, crossing my fingers. But I also made a to-do list of things that I need to get done this week. And I put down in parentheses what day or days would be good for that. And I'm going to think about that tomorrow afternoon after we get back from the graduation party. Before I, start the week, I'm going to say, okay, where do I really want to fit these in? Kind of thing. And it might be that they can be interchangeable. So I might put like, do this or this, depending on what mood I'm in. But I'm very, very excited because I have everything on the calendar. I don't have quite, even though it looks like it's a busy week, it's not. I have more days at home. So that's what I'm excited about. So anyway.
That was very productive.
That really was. Yeah.
Oh, and I did put my laundry from the washer into the dryer, thanks to Molly, because when she mentioned the dishwasher thing, I was like, I need to go wash my clothes. The clothes were already washed, but I needed to transfer them. So that's going to be, it's a good thing. So I'm excited. I love when I get excited again.
Yeah.
Okay, so Travis let's see where we were at. Oh, yes. Molly says, meds reminder for anyone who needs it. I'm a little late sitting there. That was after we went on.
Yeah.
Just started thundering here. Wasn't supposed to start till 5 or 6, so that's fun. Yeah, no, our weather is crazy. I'm listening to a podcast, a zombie podcast, and it's a woman who's like found a radio station, so she's kind of talking about what's going on in her life. And that was the one thing that happened to her. It's not like she has a phone to check the weather, but when she went out, she didn't pay attention to like the clouds and things like that. And she got caught in this major storm with rain, hail, and like a tornado came through. And it's like, that killed her. You know,
yes.
I know a zombie apocalypse is not real, but I'm just saying, even if it was like a regular apocalyptic kind of situation, when you're alone, you don't think about the luxury of being able to check an app. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, that reminded me of that. I feel exactly the same about the puppet, Travis. No puppets for Travis. I can even make the puppet look like me and everything the way I don't have to get all that done up for the camera. Nope, no puppet for you. I want the real thing. I'm not going to watch your channel, Travis, if you're a puppet.
No,
I'm not. I want the real thing. I've seen the real thing, and I want the real thing.
Yeah.
I won't be here when you get back, but I wanted to stop by and hit the like and say hi. Well, thank you, Zach. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah.
My roommate didn't know cream cheese went on bagels and laughed when my husband told him because he didn't believe him, then didn't know how to use a toaster. He's 24. I had to walk away. So I didn't hurt his feelings. And then Alexis came in. Good morning. I hope you were productive. Good morning to Chris Wildfire. So I was telling them good morning. And then good morning to Courtney. She's been watching BookTube videos. She works tonight, so she'll be going to bed before sprints end. Well, I hope you have a good work session, Courtney. You popped in. And then Jen said, I feel really bad complaining after hearing what it's like in the South, but I am dying today. It's only 72, but the humidity is at 81%. I do not want to turn on my air, but upstairs is boiling. And I told her, turn on the air. Don't let it beat you because, and it's not complaining because the thing about it is, it could be hot here, and we have days in Louisiana where the humidity isn't high, and you can tell the difference significantly. But I think it's the humidity is what kills you because
it's true.
I have family that lives in Utah, and I went to visit them in July, and it was funny because we went out one day, and it was a hot day, but it was nowhere near the hot that we have in Louisiana. Like they were complaining because, oh, it's so hot, this is terrible. And I'm like, but it's not humid. So yes, it's hot, but it wasn't like uncomfortable to me.
We had a friend in California. Yeah, we had a friend in California. She was like telling us on a live stream one day, oh, it's so humid here. It's like 32%. And like everybody on like the South and East Coast, exactly. We were cracking up. We're like, that's desert dry here. What are you talking about?
Dry heat. That's right.
He will trade you for that. And you can have hours, and then you can really say that it's very humid there.
Yeah. But to her, that actually was. But we're like, no, she like couldn't believe that it's normally like 80 to 90% humidity on this coast. We're like, that's normal.
I know. It's so funny. It's funny unless you experience it. Because I do know when my aunt and uncle years ago came down in June, and my Utah family, we went to the zoo. And my aunt was like, oh my gosh, it is so hot. Well, first of all, you were going in June, okay, which is terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
But even though we went early enough to kind of do that part of it, it still didn't matter because it was so humid that day. And you just kind of like don't realize when people come visit you from places that they don't experience it, how much you have to keep that in perspective on what you're planning to do with them while they're visiting, because they just may physically not be able to handle it. So Swank came in and said, hello, happy World Hypertension Day. I don't know if I would be happy about that. World Whiskey Day and happy Cherry Cobbler Day.
Ooh.
If you have the hypertension, you drink the whiskey and the cherry cobbler to console yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Travis said, I started off bad. I got up with the intention on starting and then laid down in the human dog bed and snuggled with the cat since it's storming, about to make coffee and get cleaning though. Well, you know what? It's okay. I mean, it's not that you started off bad.
Mm-mm.
You just decided to relax a little bit before you got your day started. You know, that's how we're going to reframe that. Anyone with humidity issues, I recommend always keeping the fan on your AC. If you have the option, my thermostat lets me do it. My thermostat, not buy. It circulates your air. Also, if you have a humidifier setting, make sure. Oh, it's at 30 to 50% range. And then Molly's dishwasher is running. And hello, Telecana. How are you? And then good morning, Carmen. Hello, hello. And my dad is higher up at an heating and air company, has been since before I was born. So I know a lot of random AC facts. Yeah, well, my husband does the fan thing too. And it actually does circulate the air. He's been asking, he'll ask me, how does it feel during the day? You know, and it's comfortable because he's very picky about what our thermostat's on. And I have to really give him a gold star because of his pickiness. It does save us on cost. But like I told him, I'm like, well, if I was going to do a hardcore exercise routine, I would have to have like more than what it said on. Sorry. Otherwise, I'll have a heat stroke.
I'm just curious. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What do you put yours on at night?
Last night was on 72.
Oh, see, we go down to 69.
I would like it to be about 68, but
yeah.
For whatever reason right now, it's comfortable. Like I'm not having an issue with it. And I'm sleeping with the sheet on still because I like to have covers on when I sleep.
I have to have something. Yeah,
I feel like something is going to get me if I just don't have something. I don't know, the sheet's not protecting me, obviously. I mean, they could rip a sheet off of me and still kill me, or they could kill me through the sheet. I mean,
they could.
It doesn't matter, but
they could.
That is just the thing ever since I was little. Ever since I was a little kid,
I have to
like I had to have something.
Yeah,
like, you know, I don't know, anything, whatever. You know.
Yeah, my dad had to have his feet out of the sheet, and I could never do that.
No,
he always had his feet out. Yeah. I have to have it at 68, 69. I have a cooling blanket and a sheet too. Like I just can't sleep if I don't have.
I have to be cool too. So my husband and I sometimes argue about that because he's not like, I'm like, that's because you've never been through menopause or anything.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
But as it gets warmer, like, I mean, it's comfortable right now. As it gets warmer, we'll bump it down a little bit, but I don't know if he would go beyond 70.
Yeah.
Like
that's how my mom was. She would get mad. Yeah, if we turned the thermostat, she would know. She could just sense it, and she would go over it. And then one time, she put a line on the wall with a Sharpie so that we could see, because it was one of those ones, you know, the old ones from the 80s where you had to turn, so that we could see where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, my grandmother was very frugal, and when she moved to Arkansas,
my mom too.
I remember going to visit her. I was in high school. I was about 16 years old. And she didn't have, like, there was no central air and heat. Like, you had an air conditioned unit or whatever, but she didn't run it.
Yeah.
And I remember my windows were open. I had a fan blowing on me. And I'm trying to sleep. And, of course, you know, when your window's open, you're hearing everything outside.
Everything.
So I remember this distinctly, that she came in one night, and I mean, obviously I was sleeping at the time, and she ended up putting a blanket or something on top of me.
Oh my God.
I woke up and I'm like, what? I'm like, please don't come in my room unless you're going to put the air condition on,
right?
And the blanket on me. Do not put the blanket. I mean, I could have had a heat stroke in my sleep. I'm
telling you.
I'm like, I always remember that. I'm like, what are you doing?
She might even turn
the fan off. For all I remember. I just remember being hot all the time when I was there, and I'm like, I feel like I'm like camping in a house.
My kids always did too. They were like, "We're gonna die in here. We're gonna die." It's like, you'll be fine. Just let her be.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just think it was how they were brought up.
They didn't
They
have,
weren't brought up with air
Mhm.
conditioning and all that kind
No.
of stuff, so they were
Mhm.
used to it. But when you have it, like I remember, like window units in my house, and then when my mom and dad got sick of air and heat, it was like this big deal. I was like, wow, like we're moving on up, like the Jeffersons. I mean,
That's right.
so funny.
Ah.
Oh, and thank you for the reminder, Kat. Oh, for the live, for Linda. Yeah, Linda is currently playing games live on her channel for
Oh,
ZombieCon.
good.
She
Good,
plays
good.
usually every Saturday she games, but she specifically does zombie games for ZombieCon, which I
Nice.
wholeheartedly appreciate.
Yeah.
So Swank said my alarm didn't go off, so I got here at 9. I read a couple chapters in my self-help book. Very good.
Mhm.
Oversleeping isn't today. Sometimes I can't ever oversleep really anymore because I have dogs. And Bailey actually let me sleep till 6. My alarm was set for 6:30, but I'm like, that's like wishful thinking. But she's my new alarm because she'll come to the door and she'll start her.
That's me too.
So I get up and I go. I try to let my husband sleep as long as he could sleep because it's like having little children.
It's
really
true.
I can keep the fan on the AC unit on. Yay. And so let her.
She left her boobs in the dress.
She did not.
Oh, for Lori's daughter. I'm like, what?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Poor Jen. Lord
No.
didn't know you could just attach them. Oh yeah.
Nope. Yeah. They're the sticky boobs are a real, I mean, they're most common for weddings and proms and things. They're hard to find certain
because
times
if you don't
of the
have
year.
a strapless, I mean, like, if you're wearing strapless,
Yeah.
regular bra. Definitely try that, Jen. It helps keep the air circulating. And I couldn't find any boxes the right size for books, so I reshelved my books, then did dishes and cleaned my sink. So you improvised and you still were productive. Very good.
That's right.
And I got my breakfast and coffee. I had 2 package deliveries, diamond painting and a book box. Students woke up and got their breakfast, wrote my to-do list, and started my plans for June. Excellent.
That's a lot.
And going back to you, Mindy, with your boxes, if for some reason you can't find boxes, you could also double bag some like grocery bags. And that way they'll be a little bit stronger, and then maybe that'll help you, get some books out. I've had to do that before when I haven't had boxes. Jen said I made coffee and ate breakfast, unloaded the dishwasher, started a wash, showered, and started organizing more of the book room. Excellent.
Super productive.
I'm telling you.
Everybody's
a great group of people. Yeah.
I updated my journal, set up my planner for next week, sent my Libby book over to my Kindles, and updated my reading plan.
Wow, very nice.
Right.
I'm telling you, so close to finishing. Just have the giveaway form to set up, and then I can film, edit, and upload. I feel like I deserve coffee today. You're definitely getting a gold star because you were busy.
Yeah.
But I do understand when you're close to finishing and then your time is up for that time, you're sort of like, do I just keep going? Do I have the time to do that? Generally, I don't. But, that's kind of what Lori and I were talking about. Like, sometimes I hate to start a project if I can't finish it.
If we can't finish, yeah.
But I need to, I don't know why I think that way. That's kind of dumb. I mean,
You're
it's
not
like
alone.
I would never start because the odds of me having a full day where I could finish it is just not realistic. So I need to maybe think more in terms of parts or steps, And cat chores took 30 minutes. Coffee and toast took another 10, so that only left 20 to read. Hey, that's 20 more minutes.
So 20 minutes.
That you had that you might not have had. I mean, that's how I look at it. That's one thing I love about time tracking too. It shows me how long things take because I am terrible at underestimating time. I think something is only going to take a few minutes, but you're not factoring in interruptions. You're not factoring in just, unexpected phone call, or or you're finding something. And I'm one that if I do find something and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while, and then I'll spend like 10 minutes like looking at it.
Yep.
I'm buying 2 books, not sure on the second one, but it's going to be The Night Parade. Nice.
Okay.
I feel the same way, Alexa says. I make one day to do my errands. I loosely follow the fly lady method. Ooh,
oh, I remember the fly lady.
Method.
Yeah, she was very popular for a while.
Oh yeah, very popular.
Yeah.
Lady, I've never heard of her.
Oh really?
Never.
Yeah.
I'll have to check her out. Maybe she'll motivate me. But
Maybe.
I don't like to run errands to begin with, but so I'd rather try to get it all out one day, if possible. And yay for Scrapbook Room Day. Thanks, Lori and Lee, for sharing your productive hour. I love hearing others reach their goals. Yeah.
Me too.
Of course, yeah.
It makes me feel like it kind of motivates me, like inspires me. Because then you kind of think to yourself what you really can get done in an hour. So I'm going to make an outline for my reviews of Censor and Southern Book Club. Nice.
All right.
Kat is so bossy with me now. She's like my manager. Well, you're getting a little bit of dose of your own medicine when you're bossing Kaylin around as our lead singer. So every manager has a manager. Remember that.
That's true.
Don't do Kat like that, Travis. Yeah, you see? Hermie knows. Hermie would rather see you than a puppet too. Nah, get that. Packed up, ate a leisurely breakfast, and started loading the car. Excellent. No, Jen, heat is heat.
That's right.
I did that once. I went book shopping and didn't pay attention to the fact that the shopping carts were flying in the parking lot. I started driving home, and then I swear I saw Jesus that day.
I bet you did. That's so scary. My cousins live in Indiana, and I was texting yesterday because I saw on the news that the weather was bad. They were already in their basement when I texted because of the tornado. And then she said Bloomington got hit really bad, but then her daughter got it. So it left them and they went up there. So I got a text late last night that her daughter was okay, but Indiana was bad, and Illinois, parts of Illinois too, were bad yesterday. But yeah, that's the scariest thing in the world to me.
Yeah. Because, you can go out and it might be, and I find that's how it is in Louisiana sometimes. It could be beautiful, sunny at my house. Yeah. And storming 5 miles away. And just crazy. Or because I had this happen one time. I can't remember if it was Barry or Andrew had a cross-country meet. It might have been Andrew. And I remember it was storming here at the house. So in my mind, I'm thinking it must be storming at St. Thomas. So I ended up texting somebody and I'm like, is cross country still on? I haven't received anything. And they're like, yeah, it's great over here. And I'm like,
I'm telling you,
so bizarre. And then literally, we are not that far from St. Thomas. Thinking we're having this torrential downpour and it's nice and sunny over there. Or have you seen it before where you're driving and you're in one part and you can see the curtain?
And then, it's just like done. Yes.
The most, and we've actually had this happen too, where we've had rain in the front yard and nothing in the backyard.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, how is that even possible? It's like you just have that one cloud.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's true.
It hasn't happened many times, but when it does, I'm like, this is so bizarre. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Soft DNF in both my current books because I feel a slump coming on. I'm going to start a new book next sprint and start this week's laundry. Yeah. Well, at least you recognizing that the book is not working for you. It could just be whatever you're reading is not fitting your mood. And that can be helpful to change gears. That's the one thing I do think I like about reading multiple books at a time is that if I'm not in the groove with one, I still have another one going on that I can pick up.
Yeah, it's true.
Stina's taking a coffee break. Then I'll finish loading and head to my dad's in Missouri. We'll see what he has planned for the week. That is going to be fun. And how cold does it get for you guys in the winter that are hot and humid climates? It can get down. I think probably the lowest it gets down to in Louisiana in a normal winter is maybe in the mid 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But like this year, we had a fluke with snow.
We had snow.
I mean, that was like so flukish. We may never get snow. We might not ever get it again for another 10 years. Who knows? But normally for us, we might get down to mid 30s, but it's not like even consistent. Like you might have that and then warm up mid morning, pretty fast or whatever. Don't you find that's the same for y'all, Lori?
Yeah, I think it's usually in the 40s for the most part, sometimes even the 50s and 60s.
What about you, Lee?
Yeah.
Lee,
This was
do you get snow often?
Kind of. Like we'll get snow like that'll be throughout the day. It might not accumulate to anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like that's the best kind of snow, the kind that's pretty to look at and not have to shovel.
Yeah.
But I think this winter was bad for everybody. We were like in the teens a lot, but normally the winter's like 20s, 30s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, where are you, Lee?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I knew it was up that way somewhere.
Yeah. So, this year was just really, really
For
bad.
everybody. It was, Florida, Louisiana, you guys got hit.
Yeah, it was just
very, I am upset because my Satsuma tree died because and my husband did what he could to protect it. He put a light, he had it wrapped. I mean, he had this like it would look like it was in a greenhouse basically. And I was so sad. And it was because of the snow. It just was just too much, the temperature or whatever. So I was like, curse you, because I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, there's a part that's still in the ground. He just cut it all down. I don't know. It's a little bit too late to see. Our bottle brush, they seem to have gotten burnt also. But believe it or not, we're seeing green on them again. So
nice.
That's good news. But I don't know. I guess my husband will buy me another Satsuma tree, but I was kind of sad. And then 83% humidity here. I have asthma, so it sucks. That does. And this year, Hermia got down to 10 degrees. And I hope you all have your asthma supplies, Travis. And figuring out how I can combine whiskey and cherry into a luscious dessert.
You can do it.
Fun cocktails. I feel like it's always 80% here whenever I check, but the temperature doesn't get too bad in either direction.
Oh, okay.
My house doesn't have air conditioning, but it's a dry heat in the summer and only about 90 a few days in the summer. That's not bad. My family in Utah, they didn't have an air conditioner. It's something else. It's called something else. It's not a swamp pump. It's some kind of a different type of cooling system. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to need to ask my aunt about that because they don't really need an air conditioning either. I mean, it gets cooler in the evening. It's surprising how cool it gets. But it's not the same. I don't know. I can't remember. Completed a 10-minute yoga practice via YouTube. Mainly
good job.
Plan to make this a daily morning intention. Awesome. My oldest son does a little stretching yoga thing. He's got the same video he watches whenever he's doing it, and he's got his stuff going on. I grew up in hot and humid Missouri. Also marched a halftime show in -45 wind chill. I was able to set up my weekly planner, to-dos for next week, updated my reading tracker, Goodreads, Storygraph, and wrote 4 reviews.
Wow, holy cow.
Yeah, I did write quite a few reviews this week on Goodreads. My goal was to try to do one a day, but I haven't written one in the last couple of days. But I have a lot to catch up. And I'm very picky about our AC control. If someone touches it, I know. But our AC bill is super high because our house doesn't have insulation. Yeah, that could be a problem. Our house is set to 62.
You do you, Travis.
That would be Antarctica in our house. That would literally be Antarctica to us. And 5% of you go first. Oh, and 5% of you go first. Is that the book?
Ah, the book, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. But with good insulation, it probably everyone else 68.
Yeah.
And howdy to Hermie. I don't have 3,000 to 8,000 for insulation for my attic. Got it. And hello to Swank. I am the same. I have to at least have a sheet. I still stick a leg out if it's hot though.
Yeah.
My hubby always has the AC at 68 at night and still uses a ceiling fan. Yeah, we use a ceiling
Yeah,
fan.
we do too.
Extra
Yeah.
blankets by some of the bed. We had air conditioning growing up in California, but we didn't use it unless company was coming over. It was always about fans. I wrapped cold, wet towel around my neck and constantly was sucking my face. Wow. And this is why I love cats. They're as lazy as I am. The house I grew up in was a Victorian, so that windows you could open top and bottom to improve airflow in the season.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Sticky boobs for me is just when I go outside in the humidity. Yay for June planning. I am doing June Q3 planning this next week on the 22nd. Excellent.
You're motivating me, Alexis. You really
I'm
are.
telling you.
I totally missed the power hour, but I wanted to send hugs and high fives. Thank you, Anna. So good to see you. I'm getting better about doing a big project for just an hour and picking it up again next time. I love the parts idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it that way because I think that really is my stumbling block as to why I have not ever cleaned out my master closet. That is going to actually kill me one day if I don't do it. And another reason why just other like areas of the house, it's like if I pull it all out, the fact that it's going to have to stay out until I can finish it just overwhelms me. I'm like, I can't do it. Cause then I'm like, what if I can't get to it for a week? Then I have all this stuff out. So yeah, I can't do it. Coffee and Chocolate just mowed the lawn.
I mean, I got to say, that's a pretty big job.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool star. This project is my whole focus today, apart from Buffy watch along and walk and talk later. It's a booktube intense day today. Good. And although this is just phase 1 of the project, that's awesome. Mid-30s is a little over 3.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm in Staten Island. I feel like we had a bitter winter today. And this year, not today. I know this year. And I said today, I'm like, yeah, it's today. As Jen was telling us that has a boiling upstairs. Jen yesterday promised she would read Dean Koontz Frankenstein this summer, and she gave me 3 Frankenstein retellings to pick to read this summer, and I'm gonna read all 3 because she's gonna try Koontz. Very nice. Swamp cooler. That might be what it is. That might be what it is. But I think it just sounds weird that it's a swamp cooler in Utah.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
But she had one, so she knows.
She said we had one in a rental house in New Mexico. I think it is, and it's weird how it was positioned, because I remember seeing it and I'm like, what is that on your house?
Oh, yeah, that is on the top, yeah.
So to Jellicoe, you could get a can of cherry pie filling and mix in some whiskey, then top it with whipped cream.
Ooh.
That might be good. And we cool down the house with fans in the windows in the evening, then close the windows before it gets warm in the morning, which keeps it comfortable until about 3 p.m.
There you go.
That's a good idea. So just a few hours of heat before we can start cooling it down again. We hang out in the basement during that time. Oh, that's a good idea. And sorry, I'm supposed to be motivating and not a silly butt cheek on Saturdays. I did make coffee, cleaned my kitchen counters and stovetop, and got dishes cleaned. About to shower to get ready. Well, that sounds good. For lunch in Aldi's. Yeah, it's okay. You're silly butt cheek. That's why I love you, Travis. Silly butt cheek and all. So what are your intentions for the upcoming week? Let us know, Lori. We know you're going on a trip, so that's going to be part of it.
Yeah, I'm going to be editing and posting videos for while I'm gone. Probably have to film a couple. We have graduation Monday night for the granddaughter, which is exciting. And my ex-husband and his wife are coming, and they're kind of a downer sometimes. So we always worry. We're all just worried about it. I had to buy wine to bring.
Maybe you need a whiskey and cherry cobbler at that graduation.
Are you going to bring a flask with you with your wine?
I might have to.
Take a dip?
Oh my gosh! And they've just been worse lately. So anyway, that's a whole nother day. So yes, filming, getting content up, working for a couple of days, packing. Niece is coming to go over the dog cat ritual because she stays here while we're gone, and then I'm off to Boston. We're gonna go to Fall River too. We're gonna go see Lizzie Borden's house.
Oh,
I know! I'm so excited. Yeah.
Jen at Pages and Chaos loves Lizzie Borden stuff too.
Oh, we do too. My partner especially, but I do too. It's just like, yeah, you can't get enough of her. So
yeah, such a fascinating case
I'm
study.
telling you. Yes, yes.
So, how about you, Lee? What's on your agenda for this week?
I am finishing my DC challenge. I'm doing this like Conqueror challenge thing. So I have like 3.47 miles left to go in that. And then you get a cool medal. So I'm just want to get that done. I got to book my blood work for my doctor. And I want to do at least one Pilates class.
Yay. Yay. Very good. Well, I have a bunch of intentions this week, which one is the scrapbook room.
Mm-hmm.
2, I'm time tracking again for the week. I'm liking it. It motivates me. I have to create my Zombie-thon badges this week. I've been putting that off, and I need to do that for Zombie-thon. I am going to take Lee's lead on this. I am only going to intend to walk at least one day this week. So if I walk more, then that's wonderful. I have walked every day listed, but if I can get the one done, I'll feel accomplished. And then one of my appointments is Spa 728. And since I've been doing terrible with my protocol stuff, I need to do my protocol restart starting Monday. So that way I can at least go in and hold my head up high when I meet with Paulette.
There you go.
My son is doing awesome. I even told her that. I said, Barry's doing awesome. I'm doing awful.
No.
I might even start it tomorrow. So that way I can say, I started my protocol again.
You're doing what you can do when you can do it.
I know. But I think, with my hands and, finding out that it's more inflammation, just based on my blood work, that I'm like, you know what, I have really got to make more of an effort with diet and all of that kind of stuff. Because he does want me to go see a rheumatologist just to see if they can do further testing, and make sure that it's not something else, going on. Yeah. But he can only do the bone part of it. So I go back to see him in July. And if I am having any clicking or the inflammation in those tendons haven't gone back down 100% with the OT and all that, he said he'll go ahead and give me injections. So I want to avoid that too. But right now, no surgery is even being talked about. So, but as we know, specialists like a rheumatologist or a neurologist or whatever is going to take a long time to get an appointment. So I kind of figure I'm going to wait till my friend gets back from Sicily because she does have rheumatoid. She has arthritis. I don't know if she has rheumatoid, but I'm going to want to find out who she goes to, if she likes her rheumatologist, and, see if that's one of the ones that's on the list that he gave me, because I don't know anybody.
Right. Get a good recommendation.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a lot of intentions listed, but I'm feeling pretty confident. This will be pretty much our last really busy weekend. We have graduation stuff today, graduation stuff tomorrow. So I feel like those are our big things, and then I think we'll slow down until I have to go to my event. So Travis said I put a little booze in my homemade cherry and blueberry pies.
It's a good idea.
My intention is to keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I love that. My intentions for the week is to stay motivated with school, try not to tear my hair out at work, and always just live and take it day by day. Remember not to take life too seriously and have fun. Yes. There you go. Yes, indeed. And I want to run some errands that I didn't do last week, prepare for an event I hope to go to, and fight my agoraphobia by driving, which you did pretty well with that this week. You got your stars. Yep. And Alexis says, all the hugs and well wishes to you with graduation and that dynamic. I hope they behave themselves.
Yes.
My intentions for the week is to is reading sprints and relaxing. My intentions for the week are kiddos in school and running a few errands to prep for birthday and summer stuff. That sounds fun. Those are fun kind of errands to run.
Indeed.
And oh my God, I'm doing the Scooby-Doo Walker Challenge. I'm failing though because the heat, which is why I'm going to buy the walking pad.
Yep.
You see, so you have a stumbling block, but you've got a solution to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll make it to the Lizzie Borden's house.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Intentions for the week: Wednesday, reading sprints. Enjoy day off Thursday. Host reading sprints Thursday. And do my June quarter 3 planning. Go camping this next weekend. Ooh. I also am time tracking this week. Excellent.
Yay.
Have you always time tracked, Alexis, or is it just something new that you started?
And does she have a channel?
I know. I was wondering because she said she's hosting reading sprints.
Yeah,
Alexis, if you do, you need to put
you need to tell us what it is.
Put it in Discord, I guess, under socials, or if you have it scheduled, you could put it under the either sprints or under your videos.
Yeah.
For today, finish Sunrise on the Reaping, and if it doesn't break me, I will do chores until book club at 2. After I get back, Dollhouse Power Hour. Yay! And then this week is a big goal to do lots of Zombie-thon and read-a-thon prompts, and a collab video needs filming for BookTube stuff. Fun. And good morning, Precious. Just stopping by to show support. Next week, I want to start part 1 on the outline of the, THT project. Taking everything slow after this long hospital admission. Yeah, I know. I hope that you can get back on your feet. I know, but give yourself grace if you can't do it right away.
That's right.
And thanks for the kind words and support throughout season. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have a medical sideline.
Yes, it is.
It really does. I would love to visit the Amityville house, but I know actual people live in it and they hate tourists. But if you buy a house like that, you should expect it. Yeah. The art director or the director of the Columbia Theater, he lived close to that house when he was a kid, and they would pass by that house. And because we were doing a reading of a play that their resident playwright was writing about from the perspective of the guy who kills his family. So he was telling us that story.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I would want to. How does this scare me? If they have any kind of sinister thing, I don't know. Because we had 2 issues in our neighborhood. One, there was a suicide at a house, and whenever I pass that house, that's what I think about. I don't think about, they have a lovely fountain. I think about that, kind of thing.
Did you know that? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Did you know that the Annabelle doll was in New Orleans for a couple of days?
Oh, hell no.
No.
Oh, yeah. So it was in a glass case, and people were going. I think you had to pay to go in and see it. We didn't know either till later, so we probably would have done it. But actually, now that they said this, then my daughter said to us last night, so the Annabelle doll was here, and while the Annabelle doll was here, that plantation burned down, and those convicts escaped from prison right by Megan's school. So we were like, oh. But she's traveling the whole country, Annabelle. She's in all kinds of, I think she's going to Texas now.
Yeah, I'm very funny about stuff. First of all, I'm not a big doll person to begin with.
Yeah, dolls are creepy.
Dolls can be creepy. They really can. I'm not a big doll person. A person who had very creepy dolls was Anne Rice, because when I went to her house in St. Charles, she had a room with all these dolls. And I just remember I was in the line to go to the bathroom, and I was like the last one in the line. And I'm like, if these dolls start moving and start gnawing on my leg, I'm going to be very freaked out. But then somebody came behind me, and I was like, good. I'm not going to, this person is going to.
You're going to be the one they eat.
The dolls look like real people. They look like they've just been frozen into these dolls. And that's what gives me the creeps. If they're really realistic like that.
Yeah.
But I'm very sad about Nottoway because my husband and I stayed there. a couple of times, and it's just a beautiful plantation. We just think about the history.
I know.
And then the convicts escaping is very scary because all of those convicts are in prison because of murder charges.
Yeah.
So they've caught 2 so far.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
And they showed the shot of them having cut out that wall, and they couldn't have gotten out that.
Well,
There's
the
no
thing
way.
is there's 3 employees that have been suspended because
I was going to say somebody had to
which
let
shame
them
on
out.
you.
Yes, I know.
For like not having the moral compass. That's all I can say with that.
I know it.
My intentions are to finish cataloging Mom's theology library and work on
Oh.
consolidating my retirement accounts.
Nice.
And
All
both
right.
of those are very time consuming intentions for sure. I also intend to not let learning about the CAT scan and surgery news scare me.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Because if you have to have the surgery, getting scared is not going to help you physically. So I hope everyone has a great week. You too, Stina. And last summer, I climbed the Exorcist stairs inside the house to hate tourist.
Yeah, I love that place. When I lived in DC.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when I lived in DC, that was like the best thing is the Exorcist stairs.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think I would be too afraid that some bad juju would like cling on to me, and I would take it with me. That would be the thing. I don't know. Yeah. We have a lot of haunted plantations here that are super creepy to visit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I think I know what I'm getting, Kat, for Christmas this year. Custom dolly Charlotte fisticuffs with built-in pillow therapy. Oh, you're hilarious, Travis. You got the jokes this morning. House hunting in the Missouri Ozarks got scary sometimes, and we almost sold our first house to the people who bought the Feeney house, but they couldn't sell the Feeney house. Yeah, that's the one thing about building your house. I used to tell my children, because sometimes they would get like a little freaked out about stuff. Because when we first built our house here, it was super dark. There was no street lights, no nothing. Like you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. That's how dark it was. And I would tell them all the time, do not be scared of your house. Nothing has happened in your house to make it scary. Like there's nothing that has been buried here or anything. Like our house has no bad juju whatsoever. So like I would have to do extensive research if I moved into a house to make sure what was your history, because it would freak me out.
We did that after we bought the house, which was built in the 1800s, and there were some things in our house. There were definitely some things, but they weren't, they never made us feel like we were in danger, but stuff happened. Yeah.
I worked with a teacher who, when she was growing up, they bought a house that was haunted.
Yeah.
And I said, how did y'all live in it? And the thing is they didn't disclose anything to them. I'm like, that's not even fair.
Nobody ever said a word.
Because I'm like, I don't know how you did it. I would have been gone.
The first indicator was that one of our dogs kept barking at the door of that room and wouldn't go in it. That was the first moment. So we have a friend Lisa went to school with who's a psychic, and so she came and did some, reading and whatnot. But yeah, dog wouldn't go in that room ever.
The animals know.
I know.
That's for sure. And they kept making weird, unreasonable demands to the point their realtor fired them.
Oh,
and our house was built in the 90s, so 90s ghosts seem fun.
Yeah, they're better.
Just your Backstreet Boys creepily playing in the attic. Oh my God. We moved into a new building once that had something. The cats kept staring at the stairs. We figured it must have been attached to the land.
Yeah, maybe.
Jellicle, that is so cool. I love The Exorcist.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
Me too.
Well, we're at the end of our 11th episode, y'all.
I'm telling you, I love this so much. Look how much we all get done because we come here.
It really does. And I think every week it just makes me feel better and better. Even though I experience some stumbling blocks and I don't get everything done, it's like this kind of rejuvenates my spirit.
Yeah.
And I
really, it's like that it's planned out, because I know, like last night, I'm like, well, I got to get home and get to bed early because I have Saturday morning momentum and I have to get stuff done, and it's planned out. So that it's scheduled. So therefore it's like, I'm going to go do it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If it's on your calendar, you have a better chance. And that's the one thing. Even Laura Vanderkam talks about you planning your fun as well as the things that you need to get done, because people will always say, well, I wish I could learn how to play the piano. Or I wish I could build a dollhouse, or I wish I could, do this or that, or travel, or whatever the case may be. Well, you can if you plan it. But you got to kind of treat it not so stringently on your schedule, but if it means enough to you and you can make it a priority, then put it on your calendar and try not to let anything interfere with it.
I know. I'm going to miss you guys next week.
I know, but at least you're going to be having fun.
I'll be having fun. Yeah. By the way, before I forget, next Friday is the start of Sue Jackson's Big Book Summer Readathon.
Did she put out a video yet?
I don't think she did, which is why I'm telling you.
I keep looking
got a lot
for her
going
announcement
on.
video,
She mentioned it the other day in a different video, but I just want you to. So she's co-hosting with Melinda from A Web of Stories this year, which is fun because I love both of them a lot. But yeah, Big Book Summer, if you participate, starts next Friday.
I probably won't start until June, but I'm glad you're saying that, because maybe she'll have a video come out that day. But I'm waiting for that announcement, and I'm waiting for Summer Book Bingo, because I want to include those in my summer plans video.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've got some big books that I want to read. That's for sure.
I do too. I did do a TBR. I think it went out today.
I just saw it pop up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a TBR all set, but we'll see how I do. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad for everyone that comes to. I know some of it, it's hard for some of y'all to come depending on where you're at. And Saturday mornings after you work all week long, I know it's kind of hard to get up and do stuff, but it's just to kind of set your day going. I'm glad that I brighten your life, Travis, because
I'm telling you, he does indeed brighten ours. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you all so very much for being here. I appreciate you, Lori and Lee, for hanging out.
Thank you. I love it.
It's a lot to me for y'all to be here, helping me out with this project. So until next week, everyone, have a wonderful week ahead. Do well with your intentions, give yourself grace, and pop in the Discord if you're having a stumbling block, and maybe we can help you with that. And also let us know if you get the gold star. We like seeing that as well. I do. So bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.